guys, Brendan here, aka Brenbo, and today we are doing the first car review on this channel. We are in a 2010 Charger RT. So this Charger has 365 horsepower and 395 foot-pounds of torque, which is quite a bit considering it's basically a family sedan with a huge V8 in it. So basically, I think a lot of people buy this vehicle just for, you can fit a whole family inside, it has a lot of room, and it has speed to back it up. This model is quite unique though. It has all-wheel drive, which you don't see much at all on Chargers because it's an American muscle car basically. So most, all of them, rear-wheel drive. But this one, all-wheel drive. But it's not always an all-wheel drive. Like right now I'm in rear-wheel drive and it only goes into all-wheel drive when it slips or you just lose traction, which is basically the same thing. But you can still squeal the tires and do burnouts because you can turn off this mode with your key. And it's kind of, a lot of people don't know about it, but if you turn off the car and like hold the key on for a couple seconds, it puts it in a rear-wheel drive forever until you put it back, turn it off, and it'll go back to slipping and then go to all-wheel drive again. It's kind of complicated, but it's basically rear-wheel drive. You can make it all the time, which is really cool if you want to do burnouts and donuts, things like that. The weird thing about this car is the person who bought this basically got a really low package on it. So it didn't have the rear spoiler, it didn't have really fancy rims like it has it doesn't right now basically, and it didn't have like the really high features, but it does have navigation, leather seats, so it does have some stuff which you wouldn't really find on a cheap package. But it's kind of weird how it didn't come with a spoiler since it was an RT version. The 0 to 60 on this car, because it's all-wheel drive I think, and because it has a 5.7 liter V8, is 5.5 seconds, which is, it's pretty good for a 4,000 pound car, which is heavy also, because it gets up and goes fairly fast. Compared to my car, this thing feels really big and heavy. It feels like a boat. It has tons and tons of body roll. You just turn the wheel and the car just sways back and forth. And it sits so high up, it's crazy. The wheel gap is super high. I think for the reason it's all-wheel drive, so it's like a winter, it helps for the winter I guess or something, but it sits very high. So you definitely need to lower this thing if you want it to look good. The owner of this car is thinking to lower it just because it looks that bad. I'll put a video right now. It just looks very bad, like worse than a Mustang, and people complain how big the wheel gap is on a Mustang. This makes a Mustang look good. And this Charger, if you could not tell, is not stock. It has an SOP loudmouth, catback exhaust in the back, spider taillights that are smoked, a blacked out front grille, HID headlights, HID fog lights, HID license plate lights, which those aren't really like upgrades really, but it makes the car look better. But he does have the exhaust, which is really loud. I'll show a clip now. Definitely scare some people with this exhaust. I would say my exhaust is a little bit louder, even though this is a V8, because I have no cats. With the SOP, you do not have mufflers. They're fake mufflers, which I thought was really interesting. We didn't know this when we got the exhaust, but it was actually pretty cool, because it's one of the loudest exhausts you can get for the Charger, and I know why now, because there's no mufflers. But he still has cats, stock headers, so he could make this louder than mine, but mine is louder at the moment. One thing he did, which is kind of weird, but I guess it matches the interior lights of like the mile per hour lights, RPM lights, is he put green interior lights in the car. And it really makes it stand out at night if you open the door or something, but you don't see that every day. So for the quality of the interior, it's American. It's not the best, but it's not the worst. 2010 is when it started to get better for American cars. Like, it does have soft plastics, like, in some places, but you know, it's American. It's a lot of hard plastic. It's not very like decorative. There's just this stainless steel looking piece by the nav, but besides that, it's all black basically. You guys are about to hear some American muscle. I don't know how well you guys can hear that, but it's pretty loud. Pretty loud. Another thing is the navigation is not the best thing in the world. I mean, it does help you get to places, unlike where I don't even have a nav, but this definitely helps you get places. The mapping is not the best, but it does show you gas stations and things like that. And then it's pretty good with the radio. The trunk space in this car is pretty big, not as big as mine, because I have a hatchback. But for being a sedan like this, it is pretty big. You can fit golf bags in there if you wanted to. I don't think about a snowboard really, but probably golf bags is like the max length you can probably put inside, and about 4 of them probably. And it's pretty tall too, or his is pretty tall, mine's is pretty short. The ride comfort is very good, probably because it's raised up so high. You have all the suspension and all that working for you, so the ride is very smooth. If you hit a bump, you just go right over it, nothing too major at all. Unlike my car, the back seats in this car are amazing. You can easily fit 3 people in the back. Legroom is just fine, no complaints at all. I will show a video again putting like how much room there is, where with mine it's just a death trap back there. There's no use of putting people back there. This is for sure a family car that is pretty fast, and I think Dodge accomplished that when they made this car. So props to Dodge for making a fast family car. And you can see even in the future with the new, I mean the 2016 SRTs, those things are crazy, 707 horsepower, and a family car again. They just keep ramping it up, and I see why so much people buy these cars, because you basically have a power of a muscle car, and you can just put your family in it, so you have a win-win situation. And you can make these things look pretty good if you lower them, put some wheels on, and they sound really good, as you can hear from this one. But overall, this car is very good. It is American, so it doesn't have as luxurious features as foreign cars, but they are definitely getting there. And you can never mistake a V8. They sound very good. And I just love the way this thing sounds, especially with this SLP loudmouth exhaust. So I hope you guys enjoyed my first review on this channel. I hope to make more of these reviews. I hope more people can trust me throughout the future, and I can definitely get some awesome cars in like this one. So I will see you guys later, and peace out.